2, 3. Okay. Let's do this.
You know how I feel.
Okay. Sweet. There I am. All right, y'all. Hey. Let me. Okay, so I told you guys last time that I'm trying something a little different, and I am. Well, one, does my mic sound really echoey to you guys? If it does, let me know. Two, I'm trying to go with a little bit lower light to sort of help the vibe a little bit of the stream. So if it looks worse than it normally does, let me know. If it looks better, that's awesome. If it looks worse, I definitely want to know. And with me is... It's fine. Okay, sweet. Okay, so thanks, Holly. Thanks, Jackie. And I kind of opened the chat window a little bit late, so I didn't get to see everybody that Carla's here. Sweet. Tonight we're going to be working on core, the foundations of core. And I want to sell core hooping, and I want to sell it to everybody, but particularly like the older hoopers. Because I used to be someone that I had waited tables forever. And I had a bad back, or not a bad back. I just had a sore back. I had a sore back every Monday, like the day that I wasn't going into the restaurant, and Sunday and Monday. And once I started hooping, all we really knew back then was core hooping, so that's kind of an advantage we had. But through core hooping, my back strengthened to a degree and became flexible in that strength enough that I hardly ever felt sore from reaching over and picking up a couple of pounds or dropping off a couple of pounds 40 or 50 times a night. And so I really, really recommend core hooping. And then for those of you that have fitness goals related to hooping, you can achieve those goals. Hooping is really good for you. But one of the ways that it can really help you is in cardio, getting your heart rate up. Everybody knows my story. I suffer from depression, but cardio, oh, hey, Ann. Cardio has really, really helped me maintain more of an equilibrium and just to realize when something is going on and react to it instead of being taken by it. And so I really can't oversell what I think is the magic of core hooping, because I feel like it strengthens your spine. I feel like it helps you with your hand-eye coordination. I just feel like throughout the whole body that learning to core hoop. Plus, one of the things about core hooping specifically is that one of the unique things about our particular branch of flow arts, and really just our movement in general, is there are very few activities where you are rolling something around you, where you are heightening, you're feeling it on the front of you and the back of you and whirling it around pretty much indefinitely, as long as you really want to. And so that hoop is rolling around you in a rhythm. It's got a pressure that you can create, like a pressure on you, and it's hitting all of these different neurons and hitting all of the all the surface of your skin. And so it is a type of I believe this to be true, that it's a type of massive stimulation for the body. And I don't think that it's just hoop myth that a lot of hoopers start to look younger after they get into hooping, especially the core ones. I just think it's, I'm not saying that this is backed up by science, but I just really want to sell core hooping. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to work on what I consider the foundations of core hooping. I've got a playlist in mind. It's going to be on iTunes, which means it'll be down in the bottom corner here for you. You won't be able to link to it yet, but it's there. And you can see the songs if you really like one. As always, if you missed the class or you had to duck out of a class, you can see a higher quality version of this about 12 to 14 hours after the class ends on YouTube. The actual replay of the live stream, which doesn't look quite as good as the live stream does live, shows up about 4 hours later. Okay? All right. So we're going to get going here. So if you're new to class, we start every class off with something called sway. I like to go blindfolded. And sway is your time to move any way that you want to, but with the purpose of opening up. In the HoopPath, there's opening of the body, opening of the mind, and opening of the spirit. And by spirit, I mean attitude. The attitude of your practice tonight. What character will it take? And as you begin, you may feel stuck in one area. Your mind may be having a tough time letting go. Your body may be having a tough time moving. Your spirit may be having a tough time falling in. And my advice is to work on the other ones when one feels stuck. If the spirit and the mind are stuck, move the body. If the body is stuck, use the mind to guide the body. Grab its hands, to push them out, to pull them in. Audible breath in. Sway is your time to stretch, your time to open. In the story of the Maidan, everything springs from earth. It's grown by the sun and springs from earth. And so it has within its DNA all the rhythms of the world. I didn't believe that we could become those rhythms just by seeing them, just by imagining them. And two of the main primary rhythms are that of trees and that of birds. Audible breath in. Imagine your body as two trees planted next to each other, your hands as two birds flying next to each other. And you're no longer limited by what a human can do. Audible breath in. Rhythms that we use to core hoop come from the ground as well, and they come up through our feet. To be a good core hooper is to open and utilize your feet. It's to hone the very deepest connection with earth. feel the feet, the shifting of weight. You can take a broader stance and sink into the leg. Open. Audible breath in. Seen as birds, and we'll learn tonight that the birds really help. The hands, movement of the hands really helps in core hooping. Most of the time when people struggle to learn core hooping or advance with core hooping, it's because their hands are T-Rex. Audible breath. Okay, we're going to do one more. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Katie, for joining me. Hoopy Smiles, Mimi, everybody, thank you. Let's move into our main class. All right, I'm going to hit you with all the 5 cameras right now. We'll adjust accordingly. All right. Looks like I hit that one. All right. I did. Okay. All right, we're going to start off on the waist. You can take your time. You can take your time. We're going to start off on the waist. Now, if you are new to core hooping, what I'm doing right now might look easy, and it is once you've been doing it a long time, or you spend some time doing it, but in the beginning it can be kind of hard. And what I'm doing is called rooted core hooping. And tonight we're talking about the foundations, and probably the 2 broadest categories of core hooping could be rooted and unrooted. So unrooted hooping is when I'm moving my feet all the way around, wherever they want to go. Rooted is when I pick a place, and they more or less, now I can move around on the feet, right? But more or less in rooted hooping, the position is staying there for at least 5 or 6 revolutions. Yep. All right. So rooted or unrooted, however you would normally begin, we're going to start off with simple waist hooping. And I'm going to open up both of mine. I'm digging rooted right now. You know, one thing I don't know if you can see is that the more upright I am in rooted, the better. If I hunch over, I create these weird angles. Now, Sheila's doing a good job of moving the hands right now. The connection that we're going to go ahead and start to build now, whether you're rooted or unrooted, is the connection with your feet. Okay? So me and Sheila can keep moving our arms and hands as much as we want to, but the connection that we're opening to, our focal point, is going to go down to our feet. And we're going to focus on imagining that the rhythm that we're using, I'm going to focus on the rhythm that I'm using is coming up from the ground, like it comes through me and out of me. Okay, that's the creative visual I'm using, that the rhythm comes through me and out of me. And I can control the plane of the hoop by how it comes out of me. Okay? Good. Now, whether I'm rooted or unrooted, and generally this is a rooted thing, there's one tree movement and two tree movement, okay? I guess two tree would be unrooted. So one tree is usually rooted hooping, and that means that both of your sides of your body are pressing together to create a center pole, and that center pole is moving around, okay? It's kind of like a belly dance type movement or something, right? That you have a center line, you are rolling around your center line with one thing. I'm imagining I put my hands, like I could put them in the exact same position, whatever that would be, it wouldn't matter. That would be one tree. Now, one tree is really just sort of a teaching geek type trick. Nice. So Sheila's doing something that y'all could try. She's turning with and against the current as she's doing this, which is nice. Opens up even more. And she's more or less in one tree right now. Now, two tree hooping could be done with my feet staying still, so it doesn't necessarily mean you unroot. But two tree hooping means that I am activating both legs, both sides of my body, both abs or whatever, and that they might be doing different things, like in the way that, like, if I was drumming, they would be doing different things. In the beginning, I was talking about the good things about hooping. I promise I won't talk the whole class, but as we're warming up, learning to hone this plane can be so good for your body. And what I mean by honing the plane is, like, you can use, I've got video monitors right now, but you can use a door, you can shoot video or whatever. But tightening your plane, learning to tighten your hoops plane, and you'll be surprised that when it looks the tightest is when it feels the most balanced through the body, right? Now, you don't have to keep it flat like this. You know, there's no, this is art. Now, for me, one of the foundations of hooping, of core hooping, is that you need to learn is the sense of push. I was talking about that energy coming through the body, but that sense of push through, from like coming up through you and pushing out. And learning to feel the hoop as it moves around you, and where it presses, and learning to push that.
Nothing extreme.
Right? So you're feeling the path of contact, and then you're starting to meet the path with little pushes.
And there were days, good days, when by
and then you
anyone's
can become,
judgment,
you know,
they
even
would have to be
arrhythmic
considered
with
clever.
it.
They took
And
from
you
their
can start to feel
surroundings what was needed
pulse.
and made of it something more.
And one of the things that really helps me with this is to go blindfolded or to close my eyes. When I close my eyes or when I go blindfolded, I'm no longer seeing the hoop, I'm feeling it. If you're learning core hooping, I cannot recommend enough keeping the hands hot, active. It's much easier to teach them to be active than to teach them to get out of inactivity. To wake them up later, once you've got all this muscle memory, is hard. My core movement creates a current. I turn with that current, I'm stalling. the current, and you don't have to, but if I turn against the current, I'm cutting. Stalling, turning with, cutting, turning against. Now I can play with my 1 tree and 2 tree, if I want to grow my technique. I can imagine 1 tree hooping, like maybe I bring my ankles together, stop in 1 tree. I could try 2 tree hooping, raising my ankles off the ground maybe, and heels, raising the heels off the ground. And the blindfold is helping me feel rhythm. Is getting sore, you can bring it up or take it down. That energy comes through you, pushing it out. You're imagining the trajectory of that push being out and up, out and up. You're a total beginner. Learning to waist hoop while moving your arms will be one of the best things you can do for yourself with the hoop. Okay. All right. Happy Thursday, TJ, if you're still here. Katie, everybody. All right. I hope that we are still live on all the platforms and things are still rolling. Usually when there aren't a lot of comments, that means people are actually just hooping, which is good. So I'm on the waist right now. What was I going to? All right, so I'm on the waist right now, and we're going to work on a little bit of kind of what I call pulsing. But you can do this at the waist, you can do it at the shoulders, whatever you want, and it can really sort of help you. Still live, okay, cool. It can really help you find some stuff. Let me see if this is the one. Okay, sweet. All right, so I'm gonna, this might be a good time to use the above camera, okay? So everybody look to the camera that's shooting down on me right now, okay? Because I am, let's see, I'm more or less right in the middle of that camera right now, okay? So everything that is going out here, this is my day side, okay? And then everything behind me, I can't really do it, is my night side, okay? Now, once you want to get good at core hooping, right? Once you decide you're ready to take that on, it's a long challenge, but it's super rewarding. But one of the things that you develop is your night side push. Your night side push. Most of us are already pushing day side, pushing this way, pushing this way. It's the night side that we need help with. And so to wake that up, we're going to use my dance terminology. This is the front of me is my day side. Behind me is my night side. So we're going to develop night side awareness. Okay, cool. All right. we're going to focus on isolating certain things. So right now, I'm going to isolate push coming from my day side. I'm going to keep my hands, everything's the same, but I'm going to try to push from my day. I don't know if you'd be able to see this on the camera or not. This is, all right. So I'm pushing this way. Now, to grow your technique, you can split yourself down the middle and have one ab that you think is pushing and another ab that you think is pushing, okay? So again, looking at the top right corner, where the camera, the bird's eye camera, I'm pushing with this ab right now. Now I'm pushing with this one. And the funny thing is I felt that switch in my legs when I made that switch. I'm gonna try to push with one. I can flex it, whatever, just visualize it, whatever. And then I'm gonna push with this one. Staying rooted, but I could unroot and I can still feel the different push with my abs, right? I'll shut up and let you feel that a second. Now we're going to open up the night side, and to get there we're going to use the day side as well. So what I want you to do is not just imagine pushing with your day, but also pushing back with your night, okay? So I am pushing forward and back here, right? So I'll use my camera would be like you imagine you're a little kid in a bathtub, you're trying to create waves. Now, as you start to feel that feeling, now you can sort of lean in, or not lean in, but think about, highlight the night side push. And like for me, that's like my kidneys or wherever. That I'm feeling the night side of that push. And to feel that, whenever I think night side, my body automatically kind of leans back. I start to feel it in my heels a little bit more. Instead of the pads in my feet, I feel it more in my heels. Stay on the waist, we're going to go up to the shoulders eventually, but I can start to feel that what I'm talking about right now is the quadrants of the body. So this is one quadrant here, looking up at the bird's eye camera. This is one quadrant here, right? And so that quadrant includes that whole amount of push anywhere on my body in that quadrant. And then I've got two in the back, right, that come here and here. So what I want you to do, and I'll lay off the mic, and you can move the hoop up to your shoulders if you want, but is to feel the quadrants, to feel one sort of angle of push and the other angle, or whatever, but feel all four quadrants, and I bet your hoop will flatten.
remember I talked about the cardio that is involved. So some of you might be getting tired, some of you might be getting sore. Work that all into your flow, right? Like if you're becoming sore and there's some way, if you're sore all the way around, you're probably screwed. But if there's some way that you can sort of avoid what's sore, and then if you're tired, allow yourself to be tired, because sometimes the body becomes really efficient then. It starts to maximize the little bit of energy that it has. Good. All right. All right, we're going to take a quick break from the core. We're going to do a little vertical rolling just to give ourselves a break. Let the tingle stop. Vertical rollings when I'm rolling it around the hand. Rolling it on rolling. Tosses. You know, what you can really help yourself with is keeping your legs engaged. You know, we've been working on getting the legs engaged all class. If I keep them engaged, good. Everything's so nice and easy. You know this move, it's a fun one for vertical rolling. Old school HoopPath move, the hoop here, bring it over here. You can see in bird's eye camera kind of what it's doing. Happy Thursday, by the way. Hope you guys are okay. If you don't have to go out, stay in, my friends. It's getting crazy out there. Vertical rolling, just loosening up, moving my arms, whatever I want to do, just to give my core a break. We're going to come back to the core, talk a little bit about shoulders. Hey, Cindy. As always, guys, thank you. Oops. Thank you so much for everything.
Okay, I love that song. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about, oh yeah, we're doing good on time. We're going to talk a little bit about some hooping up at the shoulders and core hooping foundations up there, and then maybe a little bit of angles. We'll get there, hopefully. Unless you guys want me to do legs. We can do legs instead if you want. Oh, sweet. Nice, Kelly. Welcome. Okay, so I'm here at the waist, and I'm on the shoulder. Let me go ahead and bring some music in. Okay, so I'm here at the waist, and what we're going to do now is we're going to visualize the path of the hoop, the path of contact that it's rolling around. You can close your eyes, you can see white light, you can see any color light you want, but just imagine the path of contact moving around. And you can imagine, if you want, that you've got this, that you're trying to sort of make it look belt-like, like a nice flat line around the core. That could be one path. Or I could start to move the path up so that it would kind of roll up or roll down. And this is the type of visualization that we use to chi the hoop up, meaning like to bring it up and to pop it back down. And I'm seeing the path of contact as it rolls around me, okay? And then when it's time to bring the path of contact up to my shoulders or wherever, I continue that path. I think about it. I come up, and then when I'm up here, I'm still seeing that path, and now it's just coming across my chest and my back. And then, because we were talking about energy coming up through you, I want all of my energy for right now, especially if I'm learning core, I want it to all come up through the hoop. So like the energy of my arms coming up, the energy of my feet or my legs coming up. So when I'm learning shoulders, I want everything to feel like it's coming up. Shoulder hoop, all of this stuff can still apply to you. Like if even without the shoulders, I can bring the hoop up to my lower ribs. I can bring the hoop all the way down to my hips or my waist. There's loads of range there, and that path of contact you're trying to see in your mind is still there. It's still there. That's it. Now you can imagine that the hoop has weight, and when it wants to go up, just like everything else, you're going to have to exert energy upward, like extra energy, to send it up. So whether I'm trying to no-hand chi the hoop, or I'm bringing it up with the arms, I'm just going to take a burst of energy, kind of like a plane taking off, to get it up. Seeing the path of contact as some sort of light or something that you can visualize, whatever it is, doesn't matter. And you're going to see that path. Like if I'm chiing the hoop, you don't have to try this, but if I'm going to chi the hoop up, then I'm going to put some extra spin on the hoop. I'm going to get it going a little bit faster. You can probably see it in the bird's eye. I'm going to get it going a little bit faster. And then I'm going to imagine dipping my lower ribs underneath that path to walk its way up to here. I'm going to have to dip below. Visualize dipping a rib. Good. Good. Cheating the hoop is hard. It's definitely an advanced core skill.
show you guys a trick because it leads into our. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll do this and then we'll call it a day. But this is the cheating, and this leads into our next exercise. So, I mean, you don't have to do it this way, but one of the ways that it helped me sometimes learning to chi the hoop up was to put my hands so that they were sort of facing each other. And what I would do is I would come over and then flip hands like this, and I would come up and down with the hands as I was doing it, right? So I've got some good pace in the hoop, and I'm gonna come. For me, it helped me. I don't know. You can use your hands out here. But the reason that I showed you this little chi trick is to help you learn to keep your hands active when you're trying to learn core skills. Doesn't make sense because you're focused on the body, but your hands actually create rolls and ripples and waves of push and energy through the body. So if my hands are here, like if I start to coordinate them in any way possible with cheating the hoop, or if I'm in shoulder hooping, this will be our last exercise. I didn't realize it's quite this late. We'll go into a free hoop, give you a chance to get off the core. But if you're unsure where I'm at, I'm talking about using your hands to keeping them active, even if I'm just wasted. Another thing I used to do, if you can leg hoop, since this is our last exercise, if you can leg hoop, you can do certain things like alternate the hand, like, so I've got maybe one hand coming back and this way, and then it flips, and flipping that, okay? And then I can use that, like, on the legs. And then when it's time to bring it up, I'm gonna just or I can try to keep my hands at the surface of the hoop, right? My hands are just skimming the surface, like if it's water, these are the birds flying over that, tight to the water. And then just try to keep that there. Or feeling these pulses. Keep your breath with you. Try to stay loose. If you've been hooping this whole time, you're doing great. Core hooping is hard. If you're a new beginner, even just, punching or pushing or, whatever, patty caking, it can help you develop these skills. think we're going to move around. All right, we're going to start the free hoop in case you need a break from the core. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Any way you want to move, any way you want to move.
And if you want to shift in dimension, how do you do it?
There won't be any more instruction tonight.
How
This
do
is it.
you
Thank you,
shift it
guys.
into another dimension?
Thank you guys for joining me as always. Sweet, Kelly. That's awesome.
Shift it into another dimension.
Oh, sweet. Sweet, Kelly. 73-inch TV. Wow. 75-inch. Wow, that's awesome. Jelly.
Like with the light therapy, the living light. The living light. The living light. As you shift through different dimensions that are played like music.
You're welcome. Hoopy Smiles, I think that's maybe, I'm not sure. As always, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for stopping in. Every Thursday I'm going, whether I promote or not. Every Thursday is happening. Every Monday is happening. I love this song. We're going to try to see, but Facebook is, if I'm still on Facebook, I'm about to not be on Facebook. But, anyway, thank you guys for joining me. I love this song. I'm going to keep it.
What you need, and what you need is the princess. Let's go.
Hey, baby, baby, may I have a word with you? I've been watching you from over here, and I've been wondering if I could get to know you. Think you got what I want and all I'm asking for. So, baby, would you spend some time? Bet I could find a way.
I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. I will probably most likely be doing a jam on Sunday. Let me know if you have a vibe in mind for the Sunday jam. I think it's going to be chill.
Threw my other numbers out the door, 'cause I know I don't need them anymore. Oh, my baby, you drive me crazy. I can't even ask for more, 'cause boy, I think you got it all. Oh, my baby, you drive me crazy. I can't even ask for more, 'cause boy, I think you got it all.
And as we bring you on to the chapter 2, I'm gonna tell y'all, get past it, what we gonna do. We gonna keep giving y'all what y'all need. Sing to me, baby, come on.
Oh, my baby, you drive me crazy. I can't even ask for more, 'cause boy, I think you got it all. Oh, my baby, you drive me crazy. I can't even ask for more, 'cause boy, I think you got it all. Ooh, you make me feel so good. Whatever you want me to. Oh, yeah, it feels so right. Every day, every night.
You have been listening to another Murder Inc. banger. Yeah, Ashanti, Milwaukee, Santana the God. And you know who's talking to you. The world's most wanted, the world's most dangerous, the world's most loved. IG, y'all. IG, y'all. IG, y'all. Y'all must catch up.
Okay. All right. Oops. That one would work, but we can't really do that one. All right. So this will be our second to the last song tonight. Actually, maybe not. Actually, yeah, we're going to switch it up and do it different. This is our second to the last song. Thank you guys
as always, for joining me. Let me know if they have a flavor for the jam this Sunday. You're welcome. We'll be back with a My Dan class. I'm loving the My Dan classes again. I finally have things dialed in.
Be my boy, be my boy. I've been thinking about those things you said. I've been thinking about those things we did. I've been thinking about those things you do. I've been thinking about those things you made me do too. Be my boy, be my boy, be my boy, be my boy. I was hypnotized by your very eyes, like a tiger in the dark. You were hungry from the start. Be my boy, be my boy.
Happy Friday to you for tomorrow. I hope you have a great weekend. I know it's not Friday.
$1 million bills. You can't try.
Have a happy Friday tomorrow.
But you can't buy me. Diamonds, candy pills, $1 million bills. You can't try, but you can't buy me. You can slide, slippity slide, hip hop, and don't stop. I'll never be on my knees. You can slide, slippity slide. You can hip hop and don't stop, 'cause I'll never be on my knees. When I saw you on the street, I just had to look away. You were so sweet, sexy steez, laid back, relax, street boy, please. Wait a second, it's gonna take a while. Slide, slippity slide. You can hip hop and don't stop. I'll never be on my knees. You can slide, slippity slide. You can hip hop and don't stop. I'll never be on my knees. I've been thinking about why you act so proud. I've been thinking about what's this shit about. Am I losing control? Am I losing my soul? Just tell me, am I losing you? Be my boy, be my boy, be my boy.
Sweet Claire, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate that. Just going with my flow, but if you guys have requests for classes, things like that, just let me know.
You can try, but you can't buy me. You can slide, slippity slide. You can hip hop and don't stop, 'cause I'll never be on my knees. You can slide, slippity slide. You can hip hop and don't stop, 'cause I'll never be on my knees. I've been thinking about, I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about, I've been thinking about losing you.
Okay, this is the absolute last song. If you want to stretch it out or keep hooping, that's up to you. But this will be our last one. Thank you guys for joining me. The jam will be Sunday at 4 o'clock.